Hello and welcome back to another round of my program's dev stream of RP-1. Joining me is Maximal.
Hey there.
Hey. And
So
it
you
is
missed the bit of the show where we try and remember what you were doing
exactly.
last.
That's just what I was gonna say. Is like, what the heck was I doing last? I think I
I know, I was
was.
trying to you.
I think I was in the process of. I just about finished design of my um, 4 booster Atlas-like thing.
Yes, I remember that. I was enjoying the building portion that was happening at the end.
Yeah. It's this. Uh, oh, now we come to the most important part, which is creating the launch platform for it.
Of course.
Because it actually, I think if memory serves, it flew fine.
Yeah, I remember some issues, small issues with which trajectory to use, but you sorted those out and it was hitting
Yeah, it still
160
had, yeah, it still had like
plenty of margin.
100 and something meters per second margin, 50 meters
Yeah.
per second margin. Which, variance, you never really know. I want to leave about 100 meters per second margin.
Yep.
Yeah, so let me just, how wide is that? 1.5 meters. All right, so that can take basically an Agena, but we'll have to have a wide body to put anything real on it. But that's fine. It'll be a cheap retooling. And we'll basically do exactly the conversion that went between like the early Atlases and Atlas Centaur, where they had the straight 10-foot core. Okay. Yes, let me just sim this real quick to reacquaint myself with how all this is going to work.
Plus, it still has a relatively, I mean, its burn time isn't that long, so if you end up with a restartable hypergolic on there to stretch it out, that's also good.
Yeah, yeah, no, it probably could get up to. Yeah, what is my throw weight right now with fairings? Survey says 4.5 tons. I could probably get up to 6 tons with the upper stage. And that's pretty respectable. It'd be even better if I had like a real 10-foot thing with, say, 2 of the X405s. I mean, even one of the X405s would be decent.
Yeah, that's more what I meant, that you could add a third stage that finishes getting you to orbit.
Yeah, yeah,
Really
yeah.
through the.
Yep. Yeah, I mean the reason I mentioned Agena or early on like Able Star is because we could use like a kilometer per second out of it for finishing going to orbit, and then the remaining like 3 km sec for beyond low Earth orbit tasks. Going 160 by 160, that's fine. That's fine. I think that was a little aggressive. My memory. Let's see what we get now.
162 was the one where you didn't like the trajectory that resulted, but
Sorry?
maybe. I said I thought 0.62 was the one where you didn't like
okay.
the trajectory that resulted, but
Okay, well, let's try 0.635 then. Because maybe I corrected it afterwards to be that.
I think so.
This is reasonable. I think I'm getting like TV noise from your back.
Okay, I'll. Is it gone now?
Yep.
Okay. I have seen it running back there just to create some noise, and I kind of forget about it.
Okay, so we have 7 degrees of overloft, which if we were going to 185 would probably be fine. Also a little unsure of thermal limits, but I think we're fine just because we have a fairly gentle trajectory given that we have the booster sustainer stuff instead of like something Thor based where you hit 13 Gs. Oh, there's that weird shadow bug. Okay, so we're right on my desired 100 meters per second spare. We'd lower our gravity losses a little bit with a better ascent, but not by much, probably like 10 meters per second. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm not gonna out. Okay, so the nice thing is this is oh, these are LR79s. I forgot that. They're not even LR89s. Probably because I was a cheapskate. So the reliability on these things is what? %. And what if we switch to 79 and 89, 766. Slightly higher liftoff thrust, slightly lower vacuum specific impulse. And current reliability is awful. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay. I think the correct play would probably be to use LR89s, but I'm just not really invested in because we already have the S3D and it works fine.
Sounds good.
LR87, LR90. Where's LR89? Oh, LR43, LR80. That's why. Let me look at what we get out of this. Interesting that yeah, so we don't even have Atlas D level engines yet. So we've been flying Mercury on very early engines. Yeah, so this is even worse vacuum specific impulse. That's interesting. Wonder why the S3D has such high vacuum specific impulse. Lower, okay. So basically S3D is way to go. All right, so I think it's time to actually build the tower for this. Because I think I'm basically happy with this.
Yeah, looks good.
Atlas mini service tower, tower height. Oops, that was already as tall as it gets. Let's see. Be having pipes. Like that. And tower style. Atlas. No base pad. There. Yeah, this would definitely be better served by being on the 45s, which would require an initial roll on launch.
But you have those engines have gimbal, yeah, 2-dimensional gimbal.
Oh no, it's not about that. It's about the fact that it wouldn't be aligned on launch, which would require a fair amount of roll.
No, what I meant was that even if you had them at the 45s, but you didn't realign the capsule, so you flew with an X.
Oh, yes. Yeah,
Your
that
engine's
just feels
gimbal.
wrong. Like, yes, it is perfectly possible to do that, but that just feels wrong, and you end up with a Korolev X instead of a Korolev Cross, and nobody wants that.
Okay, I guess. I want to see like what the practical difference is,
Yes.
but
Practical difference is I like one of them.
okay, fair enough.
Yes,
You could-
I'm aware. I'm aware
That's
that
fine.
this is anything but optimal.
Well, when you mentioned that, like if you had engines with a 1-dimensional gimbal like the R7, it makes a lot of sense to have them be on not to have a cross. Sorry, to have a cross rather than an X. But if they have 2-dimensional gimbal, then it just kind of doesn't make any sense. Engineering-wise, not.
Yeah. I think what I actually want is the Titan Tower, now that I think about it. And the reason for that is this. Because the Titan Tower come on, where are the nodes? Oh, there isn't a node over here. The Titan Tower was designed to have the arms offset. Are there no... Wait a minute. Oh. Right. Base. Yeah. Yeah, so this thing is designed to do this. And an alignment. Yes. Okay. Oh, shoot, I was grabbing the wrong piece. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Cool. Oops. This doesn't need to be here. What's that? I may give up on this tower, but it's an idea.
Take your time as long as you're having fun.
Yeah.
There's not much I can contribute to this one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, the idea here is if the tower is off to the side, then we'll also be able to arm type. Color, local color. Oh. Uh-oh. That doesn't give me enough flexibility. That's bad. Yeah, these umbilicals are not designed for a varying core width. All right, I guess we can't use that approach. I wanted to use the approach of having it off to the side, but it's just not going to work.
Sure.
Yeah. Size too small. So, droop umbilical. Extend this all the way. Nope. Needs to be the large. Ooh. Uh-oh. Apparently needs to be the really large. Where's the straight umbilical? Let's see. Okay. Interesting that this one is so much thicker than the other one. I know why, but we'll use it. All right. We now have a setup. Oh, wait. Heh. Heh heh heh. I had a brainwave. You can just move this off the central rail and put it on that rail. Okay.
Looks reasonable.
I think I actually want this down here instead.
I think your tower should probably be a little taller anyway for future proofing.
Well, that's easy to fix.
Yeah.
But yes. Although for actual, for future proofing, I'll add another section on top to deal with Agena or whatever. It's just I haven't designed that stage yet, so I don't know how tall to make it. Annoyingly, this thing is actually already 10 feet, so I can't go all the way to the edge. So it has to be that. And let's look at how it droops. All right, it's got clearance. That's fine. And of course, all of them went in the wrong stage now. Okay, now we're good. And I'm pretty sure my avionics are set fine. Let's check. Yeah, 280 tons. And we're at only 250 tons, so that's fine. Well, we're at 248. All right, let's build a new launch complex. Do 300 tons. What's a good launch complex for this? Guess we'll do LC-15, and then we'll have LC-19 for the human-rated version of this. Oh, I wonder. What if we upgraded this? Can't quite do it. We could just, I mean, we could just barely do it, but not quite. We'll be stuck at 260 with no, yeah, no. All right, I guess we'll do a new LC. Okay, but we will be able to upgrade it for basically Saturn 1 scale. Well, we know we're not going to go down. So yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's barely making a difference, so. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, there is no close existing launch complex. That makes sense. I think I want to support extra for when we inevitably stretch this, given that we're have this tonnage. So what if we added 20% to that? $115,950. Yeah, that's barely making a difference. And yeah, that has not made a difference at all. We'll still have to modify it when we add whatever propellants we'll need for our upper stage, but this is fine for now. This definitely gives us some breathing room. In particular, it lets us go up to about 290 tons of Kerolox instead of 248 tons or whatever.
Yep.
Actually, more than that, because there was already a 10% grace on these numbers. So, yeah, so we actually have 32% excess on the kerosene and the LOX. So we're not going to have to modify ground support for a while. And I'm doing it now because it will cost more, but it will take less time because of the square root.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'm ludicrously awash in cash right now. Tempting to just make this human rated, actually. But I feel like will I be... Let me think about this.
I think it'll be launching like a Gemini off of this.
Yes, I certainly will be. The question is whether I will be... whether I want to pay the cost up front to human rate the launch complex and basically wait an extra 2 months. And pay the maintenance overhead for it, or just have a regular launch complex and a human rated launch complex. Because I feel like by the time I'm launching Geminis, I'll also be launching interplanetary stuff. Like, we're awash in cash. I can just build 2 of them, one that's human rated and one that's not. So yeah, let's do it. Okay. And the Gemini version of this will just have a longer straight core. Okay, so our Venus window isn't for over a year. So we'll have that online by the time we're ready to go to Venus. So we can launch a really meaty probe to Venus. Might even be able to launch a Venus orbiter. Budget look like? Still clearing almost 300K a year. Okay, so I could rush R&D at the cost of all of my budget surplus. But it would save me... yeah, it would save me 5 months. like, I honestly don't know what else to spend my money on other than rushing some constructions.
You can't hire more researchers
Now I'm
because
capped.
of
That's why I'm doing R&D.
and that's being built at the time.
Yeah, I have 1,000 researchers.
Yep.
And there it is. Yeah, that's the thing that I would be saving 5 months on. Almost 6 months, actually. At the cost of literally my year surplus of 290K.
Yeah, it doesn't seem worth it.
Yeah. Okay, so it is technically possible for me to do this by cheesing it. By using like a Mercury and some controllable probe with near-Earth avionics. But yeah, these also need better upper stage, or I guess the launch vehicle that I'm building. Yeah, because I don't think I have the tech to do the axial stuff. Do I? Oh, I don't say in the tree when you can do axial things. Wait, I do have deep space avionics. Did unlock that. Oh, no, I didn't. That's weird. So you can get this before you get. Huh. Okay. Yeah, but make a note to say. When you can use the axial translation stuff. Hey, squirrel. Right. Yeah, all right. I'm going to rush this a little bit. Actually, I'm going to rush. Yeah. I have nothing better to spend my money on, so I'm just going to do that. Because we really need the researchers. Let me read the code. No, not that avionics file. Proc avionics. Tech limit is allow axial. Okay. Space, and then science core, allow axial. False, 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 false. Okay, so you don't get axial on science cores until improved avionics. Right, so that's not going to be viable for a while. Could I make a tiny dummy near-Earth avionics that will last for uh, 6 hours or so?
That doesn't seem that challenging.
Yeah. I also have to see what the payload requirement for Molniya is. Uh, 85 units. Okay. So we want to do early avionics, controllable mass 0, EC amount. There. What? You gotta be kidding me. That's a bug in real fuels. All right, I can do it that way, I guess, but that's annoying. Also, why did that change? Apparently that's the volume minimum for avionics. Okay, how long will this last? Let's see. 2 hours and 43 minutes. Yikes. Let's move all the experiments. Now how long is it going to last? 3 hours and 20. All right. So we need even more. Days. We don't need 3 days. Oh, also we can VSM2. That will help. All right, that's enough for a Molniya orbit. Or at least that's enough to get up to apogee in a Molniya orbit. 42 watts.
The first mission you're doing with this thing, Molniya?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't. This is the thing I used for lunar orbit. I can't do geostationary yet. I don't think.
Yep.
But I can at least do this. Okay. So, peroxide, TL1 peroxide. And need 85 units, so we'll get it from this. Okay. Okay. Now we just need some gas bottles, which I will get from Juno. It's in here somewhere. All right. Now the whole collection here is 156 kilograms and 156 over 147 times, what's the specific impulse of this thing? 27 probably? Yeah, 27.9. That's 74 meters per second. I guess we need 4 gas bottles. Well, not gas bottles because it's peroxide. And
I think they used RCS fuel, something that I've got a less concentrated version of in my kitchen cabinet.
yeah, it is pretty funny that peroxide is actually used in a bunch of things.
Yep.
Also, it's weird that truly high test, like very low water content, pure peroxide is stabler than some of the more middling.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so peroxide is super unstable until you get till about I mean, it's stable with a very highly diluted. It's unstable in moderate dilution, but it becomes stable again when you get up in the 90s of percent purity. I think maybe it starts in the 80s, but it has to be pretty pure before it gets. All right, so our burn rate is 0.031. $460 burn time. Yeah, that's we need a bigger thruster. Okay, 111 newtons. Okay, so that's 2 minutes of burn time. And 175 versus 154. Yeah, so 160 meters per second. The only danger is and I think we can afford to have it be 4 minutes. Not 2 minutes.
Oh, you got rid of his legs.
Yeah.
Kind of looking like a minion there for a minute.
Yeah. Okay, that's going to be slightly better delta V. All right. Yikes. I'm not sure we can achieve orbit. We'll probably have to underfuel this. Yeah, okay, that'll do. Okay. Uh, let's sim this. Not sure I have enough delta V. We'll find out. Guess I'll accept this. I know I'm going to have to do it at some point. Inclination, 63.4 degrees. Huh. Like Pap's sight is down, maybe? Yeah, it says no post to display. That is weird. Let me find another way to calculate eccentricity. Okay.
Trying to figure out.
I'm trying to calculate what apogee I need for a perigee of about 500 kilometers for an eccentricity above 0.7.
Gotcha.
And the required. Somebody must have one of these things.
Yeah, I'll look for one.
Thank you.
That isn't confusing as heck, like this one I found right now.
Yeah. That assumes circular. Okay. Uh, um, yeah, I like PAPS calculators, but PAPS calculator seems to
Oh,
be down.
yeah, we need to design them for this problem.
Yep. Okay, so this is minus 63.4. 60 by 161, that's fine. Seems fine. Let's see what it estimates we'll have left. All right. Looks like we'll be okay. Okay, looks like I guessed about right. Maybe.
needed eccentricity 0.7 and a periapsis of 500.
Yes, and a orbital period of 11 hours and 50 whatever minutes. Uh, 11:58:02 it looks like. Oh. Nah, I'm 50 meters per second in the red. Sucks. Yeah, okay. Even less upper stage propellant.
You need an apoapsis of 32,597.
And that'll
Looks
give me a
like.
period of 12 hours and an eccentricity of over 700 if the perigee is over 500.
Well, it gives you a period of exactly 12 hours and an eccentricity of exactly 0.7.
And a perigee of exactly 500.
Yep.
Okay.
I found a calculator that I'll link in Discord.
Thank
It's a
you.
little bit annoying to use, but once you get how to enter its inputs, then it's not too bad.
Okay. Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, I found that, and I slightly noped out of it because it looked like I would have to do a bunch of typing.
Typing is actually minimal.
Oh, okay.
You just type in, like, if you want to set the periapsis, just type HP equal to, and then that
Oh,
sets
okay.
the periapsis.
Okay.
But yeah, it looked super complicated, so I was like, this seems hard to use, but turned out not to be as bad as I thought.
Okay. Try this again.
I don't know how to set it to greater than 500. You have to use exact values, but
yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing. You always have to use exact values. It's more just like it's more what to lower the apogee by to ensure eccentricity within bounds, exactly 12 hours, and perigee over 500. And it sounds like the apogee was 32 something.
yes, 32,597.
Okay, so if I do 32,000 even, I can just have a higher perigee, and that will. No, but that'll lower.
It'll lower your eccentricity too low. I mean, I guess I could put in an eccentricity that's a little bit higher, like 7.71. Let's see what it does. Eccentricity closer to 0, not closer to 1. Never mind. That's giving me an apogee of 31,000 kilometers roughly at 0.69 eccentricity.
Yeah, eccentricity has to be over 700.
Oh, right.
0.7.
Sorry.
Which is weird because, yeah, so the particular requirements are eccentricity above 0.7, perigee above 500, and period between 1156 and 12.
All right, setting the apoapsis for a 0.69 eccentricity with a period of 720 minutes and a periapsis of 500 kilometers gives an apsis of 34,000.
Yeah, but eccentricity has to be above 0.7.
I know, I put it at 0.71.
Okay, I thought you said 0.69.
No, sorry. I did that last time. That's where
Okay.
I get at 31,000. Now it's 34,179.
Okay, and the perigee is like
500 still.
Okay. Okay.
At least if this calculator works correctly.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how it was keeping the period the same. Oh, because I typed in small t instead of capital T. Well, that's annoying. Okay, this makes more sense. I was entering the... So now the orbital parameters that I'm getting are 39,000 as the apogee and 1,338 as the perigee. And that gives you an eccentricity of 0.71 with a period of 720 minutes.
Okay,
And
that makes more sense.
Yes, because the thing that I'd entered before was the small t, which was the point in the orbit rather than changing the period.
Ah, okay.
But now I get it. This calculator is actually pretty good now that I've figured out what it's doing.
Yeah, it's just like using a console rather than a web form.
Yep, exactly. And realizing that capitalization matters.
Yes. This is going to be tight, but it looks like it might work this time. Let's see. I think I finally got enough propellant offloaded from the upper, but it'll be okay. But man, we don't have a lot to play with. going to be like 20 meters per second margin. Maybe 25. It's going to go past 25 and then back up again once the boosters separate. And in particular, once we ditch the fairings. Okay. Okay, yeah, this is going to be a reasonable amount of margin. Okay, that's fine. Now, all right, and let's see how much we have in the tank. Claims we have 2444. We need approximately 2490, 2480, something. Yeah, you were talking about something like 39K, I think.
Uh, yeah, let me go look again.
Does it?
39, yeah, 39, 125.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we've got plenty of delta V. Could even offload a little more propellant, too. Yeah, we had almost 100 meters per second extra, so that's fine.
You're going to do periapsis raise with the RCS? Yep.
Yeah, this is not going to complete because I didn't choose the correct argument of perigee, but it's fine. Just testing the delta V's involved.
Although that can be kind of annoying if your circular orbit is too low because you need to boost on the pole.
Yeah, but that's all going to be done with MechJeb, so I don't care.
All right, okay.
The heck? That's got peroxide. Attitude jet. Why is this? Yeah, why was the RCS disabled? That's weird, and it's not showing in the staging list. That's extremely weird.
It's set to not show in the staging list.
No. All right, let's warp to apogee. Oh, it's a full 6 hours. All right. Hopefully we still have juice then. Let me just quick check. 4 hours and 40 minutes. 5 hours. Okay, so we need another hour of juice.
I mean, it should be 6 hours when you want a 12-hour orbit, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but I was basing it off the 31, not the 39.
Ah, okay.
Okay, well, I'll hyperedit in some more EC just so we can test it, and I want to see how much delta V we have in practice. That's bad because I'm not sure we have the performance to increase the electric load. Ah! Went past. But yeah, we clearly have enough delta V to raise this easily.
Yeah, you can trade some RCS propellant for...
Yeah, I can go back to two peroxide tanks and yeah, use the kilograms saved for C. Oh yeah, we have, yeah, that's fine. We might even be able to do one, but I'm going to leave 2 just in case. Okay, we're at 11,655. $71 kilograms.
You can make this whole thing even slightly more efficient if you go to a little bit more eccentric orbit.
Yep.
If you go up to 39,900, you can have a perigee of 540. So a much smaller raise. but you can't cross 40K, otherwise the perigee will get too low.
Okay. Okay. That's a bunch of electricity, so we'll be totally fine. Because now we're talking about 13 hours. So we could, in fact, do the entire orbit if we needed to. Which is good in case we need to correct both apogee and perigee. Okay. Seems good. Last question mark is, I want this to have slightly more. Okay. That seems fine.
Dunbaratu, Nathan is planning a multi-orbit mission in the modified version of RP that includes a whole bunch of changes that we're still testing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just simmed this a few times. The margins are tighter than I would like, but this should work.
Well, aren't we both Phantom voices? You can't see either of us. I'm Maximal, as I go on the nickname. I was lead designer on Kerbal for a few years at the end there, and I hang out with Nathan on his streams for fun.
Yeah, it's always good to have you.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, I think I'm going to go ahead and build this. Oh. Oops. Tool the avionics. Let's try again. Okay, there's those two. Well, Dunbarton, I'm sorry about the timing, but I'm also about ready to go to bed. So, alas, I'm going to have to call it quits. Definitely getting pretty sleepy. I will.
It was good to see you around.
Good to see you. Yeah, and I'll launch this in the next stream, which hopefully will be sooner than a week. We'll see. um,
It's all right.
yeah. So thank you for coming by, and thank you everybody for watching, for coming by as well. See you next time. Bye.
Later. Bye.